Hey guys, I'm MG, and today I'll be looking at a Minecraft movie, which is a 2025 American fantasy adventure comedy film that is based on the 2011 game with the same name, that is about four troubled people trying to escape a Minecraft world with the help of an expert crafter called Steve, which was also directed by Jared Hess and written by a whole lot of people. However, why don't we start building things and start reviewing this film right now? I think the biggest praise I have to give this movie is Jack Black's performance as Steve. He just brings so much joy and energy to his character that makes him really entertaining to watch, with a lot of funny lines like Chicken Jockey, I am Steve, Flint and Steel, and others. And to be honest, Steve is the only character that I fully care about. The other ones are serviceable and they have some nice moments, but mainly I just find them really underwritten, and I did not get invested in their personal struggles in the real world. Garrett is decent enough, and I had some enjoyability with him, and Jason Momoa was pretty solid in his acting, but that's about it. And his friendship with Henry was incredibly weak. I didn't feel anything about their argument scenes, and his fake out death scene was so emotionless, as you know he's going to be alive later. Henry and Natalie are both very bland characters that have a really generic relationship, and I'm sorry, but I did not find Emma Myers or Sebastian Hansen very convincing in their roles. Dawn barely has any personality, and she just seems very pointless, as we don't even know about her personal struggle. But she has a couple of fun moments, and Danielle Brooks was fine enough in her acting. The villain Malgosia is so dull and boring, and I was never intimidated by Rachel House's voice performance whatsoever. Her final scene with Steve was kinda fun, but that's about all I liked from her. And I really hate the General Chungus character. Something about his tone in his voice was just very annoying, and I'm very glad that he died. Some of the minor characters were also quite irritating, like the old man or Clemente, who just yell all the time, and it's quite obnoxious. But my main issue is just the story. It's so generic, and you have seen it in plenty of action films. They just need to collect an orb to get home, and it basically hits every cliche plot point. Like when the villain steals it, the argument, visiting a place to get weapons, and it's so unoriginal. And I did not care about the subplot with where the vice principal falls in love with a villager. Conceptually, it's really funny, but in execution, it just was so unnecessary. And I would be fine with it if it was funny or charming, but ultimately, it kind of wasn't. The directing by Jared Hess is so standard, and it barely gets creative. At least the action was pretty good. It was nothing really all that crazy, and the tension was basically non-existent, but I still had fun with it nonetheless, especially the entire village attack. And the visual effects are pretty cool. I actually like the live action interpretation of a Minecraft world, which had a lot of neat visuals that managed to make the overworld feel alive. The Nether looks slightly boring, but it doesn't look bad. And all of the Minecraft enemies / helpers also look really neat, and fit the natural world of this film really well. I really like how the pig wearing a crown is a tribute to Technoblade. That was really wholesome and respectful. And I quite enjoyed the opening 10 minutes. Jack Black was humorous, it was a really good setup, and when Jack Black made that noise, that was the only time where I laughed in a whole film. Overall though, I just found this film to be kinda boring, due to it being filled with a lot of cliches. And if it had stronger characters or more exciting action, then I would probably be fine with it. But most of the characters were really bland, and the action is nowhere close to being the greatest of all time. If it wasn't for Jack Black, who is great, this film would be bad. But instead, it's pretty mediocre. Not the worst, but not the best. 5.5 out of 10. Goodbye everyone, and thank you for watching. Bye!